Have you ever wondered why some seniors seem to drift toward solitude, cherishing quiet moments over lively gatherings with friends? Or felt a pang of guilt for craving your own space instead of accepting every invitation? In this heartfelt journey, we uncover the surprising truths about life after 65 through the emotional stories of Uncle Chu, Miss Kim, and others who learned the hard way about boundaries, words, and what truly matters. From shocking missteps that fractured families to powerful lessons that restored peace, this video reveals 7 game-changing facts that could transform how you connect in your golden years. Watch until the end to discover the one asset that outweighs all others, because it's not just about living longer, it's about living better, with joy, dignity, and love. Before we begin, I would appreciate it if you like this video. You can help me continue to spread the old age lesson. If you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss any videos. If you like this video, please comment number 1. If you don't like it, comment number 0 to let me know, so I can make a better video for you. Now let's get started. Part 1. The beauty of boundaries in your golden years. As we journey through our later years, have you ever longed for a quiet moment to enjoy your thoughts, only to feel guilty for declining a social invitation? Or perhaps you've wondered why some older folks seem to treasure their solitude over the lively bustle of gatherings. The heartfelt stories of Uncle Charlie and Miss Karen shed light on why setting and respecting personal boundaries becomes ever more vital as we age. Their journeys, woven with moments of joy, tinged with regret, and enriched by hard-won wisdom, offer deep lessons that can reshape how we foster relationships in our 60s, 70s, and beyond. By exploring their experiences, we uncover the delicate balance of connection and independence, revealing how boundaries can protect harmony, preserve emotional well-being, and nurture meaningful ties in our golden years. 1. Visiting can feel like an intrusion. Uncle Charlie, a spirited 72-year-old widower with a twinkle in his eye and a spring in his step, learned the critical importance of respecting boundaries through a poignant and humbling experience that left an indelible mark on his heart. Living in a cozy suburban neighborhood in a small American town, he reconnected with a high school friend, Tom, who had recently moved nearby. The reunion was a burst of nostalgia, as the two sat on Tom's porch, sipping cold beers and laughing over memories of their teenage antics, late-night drives, football games, and dreams of the future. When Tom warmly invited Uncle Charlie for a Sunday dinner, it felt like a lifeline to a man who had grown accustomed to the quiet solitude of his modest ranch-style home, where evenings were often spent with only the hum of the television for company. Eager to rekindle their bond, Uncle Charlie began visiting Tom's family every weekend, arriving with a warm casserole, his mother's recipe for cheesy potato bake, and his brightest, most infectious smile. To him, these visits were a cherished escape from the loneliness that had settled into his life since his wife's passing. The laughter around Tom's dining table, the clatter of dishes, and the warmth of shared stories felt like a return to the vibrant days of his youth. But as weeks turned into months, Uncle Charlie began to notice subtle changes in the household's atmosphere. Tom's wife, Linda, who had initially greeted him with polite warmth, grew distant. Her smiles seemed forced, her conversations clipped. One crisp autumn evening, as leaves crunched underfoot, Tom pulled Uncle Charlie aside on the porch and spoke gently but firmly. "Charlie, we love having you over, but my family feels a bit overwhelmed when you come so often. The kids and Linda need their space to unwind." The words struck Uncle Charlie like a cold gust of wind, chilling his heart. What he had seen as a blossoming friendship, a revival of old ties, was, to Tom's family, an unintended intrusion into their carefully curated routine. Devastated yet reflective, Uncle Charlie spent sleepless nights replaying the moment, realizing that every household, especially in later years, operates with its sacred rhythm, a delicate dance of family dynamics, personal time, and unspoken boundaries. A polite invitation, he learned, was not a standing open door for weekly visits. His story serves as a powerful reminder that in our 60s and 70s, respecting others' personal space is not just courteous but essential for preserving harmony and preventing unintended hurt. Shocking fact number 1. Even the most heartfelt, well-intentioned visits can feel like unwelcome intrusions if they disrupt a household's established routine. Always seek a genuine, enthusiastic welcome, perhaps by calling or texting ahead, to ensure your presence aligns with their comfort and preserves the warmth of the relationship. 2. Words can wound without warning. Miss Karen, a vibrant 68-year-old with a contagious laugh and a love for life's simple pleasures, learned a devastating lesson about the power of words during one of her cherished neighborhood coffee chats. In her quiet suburban community, Nestled among tree-lined streets and manicured lawns, rainy afternoons were a perfect excuse for her and her friends to gather in cozy living rooms. Over steaming mugs of coffee and plates of homemade cookies, they'd share stories, laughter, and the comforting hum of friendship. These gatherings were the heartbeat of Miss Karen's week, a chance to weave her life's threads into the tapestry of her community. But one rainy afternoon, a seemingly innocent conversation took a heart-wrenching turn that would change her perspective forever. During a lively discussion about family life, as rain pattered against the windows, Miss Karen casually mentioned her daughter-in-law, Emily, and her habit of sleeping in late on weekends. With a light chuckle, she remarked on young folks these days, thinking nothing of it, a fleeting observation meant to spark a smile. But her words, spoken in the warmth of the moment, were overheard by a neighbor with a penchant for gossip. The comment spread like wildfire through the neighborhood's rumor mill, reaching Emily's ears in a distorted, judgmental form. Hurt and betrayed, Emily confronted Miss Karen, her voice trembling with anger. The fallout was swift and brutal. Miss Karen's son, caught in the crossfire, stopped speaking to her for weeks, leaving their once-close family bond fractured and strained. Tears welled in Miss Karen's eyes as she sat alone in her living room, the silence heavy with regret. She replayed the moment, wishing she could retract her careless words. The experience left her wary of casual chatter, and she began to withdraw from her beloved coffee clutches, opting instead for the safety of her favorite TV shows, reruns of Golden Girls, or quiet evenings knitting by the fireplace. Miss Karen's story is a stark reminder of the fragility of relationships in later years, when even well-meaning words can carry unintended weight, wounding those we love most. Shocking fact number 2. In your golden years, casual gossip or offhand remarks can spiral into deep, lasting emotional wounds, threatening the very relationships you cherish. Choosing thoughtful silence over idle chatter becomes a powerful shield, protecting both your inner peace and the bonds you hold dear. If you are still watching this video and finding these lessons useful, please comment number 1 below to let me know that you are still watching this video with me. Thank you for your valuable time. 3. Economic gaps create silent tensions. As we age, financial disparities among friends and family can cast a subtle yet insidious shadow over social interactions, creating tensions that linger beneath the surface. For those in their 60s and beyond, visiting a wealthier friend's home, perhaps a sprawling suburban estate adorned with sleek smart home gadgets, gleaming stainless steel appliances, or luxurious furniture, can stir feelings of envy, inadequacy, or quiet discomfort. Conversely, hosting someone less fortunate in a well-appointed home requires a delicate balancing act to avoid seeming boastful or insensitive. These unspoken frictions, often left unaddressed in the name of politeness, can erode even the most enduring bonds, turning joyful visits into strained obligations. Imagine a retiree, living on a modest pension, who frequently visits a friend in a lavish home filled with modern conveniences, a state-of-the-art home theater, a kitchen island gleaming with granite, or a backyard pool sparkling under the sun. Each visit, though warm on the surface, may leave the guest grappling with a quiet sense of comparison or unease, wondering if their modest circumstances measure up. Similarly, a host who has worked tirelessly to achieve financial stability may feel awkward showcasing their home, worried that their pride in their accomplishments might be mistaken for arrogance. These silent tensions, if left unchecked, can make social visits feel like performances rather than genuine connections, prompting many seniors to retreat to the safety of solitude. Shocking fact number 3. Frequent visits across economic divides can breed subtle jealousy, discomfort, or unease, making solitude a comforting refuge for maintaining emotional balance and preserving the authenticity of relationships. 4. Solitude isn't loneliness, it's freedom. For many seniors, the golden years bring a profound and liberating appreciation for solitude, a state often misunderstood as loneliness but experienced as a deeply cherished gift. After decades spent raising children, hosting boisterous family gatherings, and navigating the relentless demands of careers and social commitments, the quiet of an empty home can feel like a warm, comforting embrace. Simple pleasures, tending to a backyard garden bursting with roses, curling up with a well-worn novel, or savoring a mug of coffee while watching the sunrise from a porch swing, become wellsprings of joy and fulfillment. This shift reflects a powerful and universal truth. In our 60s and 70s, solitude is not a retreat into isolation but a deliberate reclaiming of time for oneself. It's an opportunity to reconnect with long-dormant passions, reflect on the rich tapestry of life's experiences, and find serenity in one's own company. For many, these quiet moments are not a withdrawal from connection but a conscious choice to prioritize inner calm, self-discovery, and personal growth. A senior who spends an afternoon painting watercolors or listening to classic jazz records isn't lonely. They're embracing the freedom to live on their terms. Shocking fact number 4. Embracing solitude in your later years is not a sign of disconnection or loneliness. It's a radiant celebration of personal freedom, a chance to nurture your soul and find profound joy in the quiet moments that belong solely to you. Part 2. The true treasures of life after 65. As you cross the milestone of 65 and step into the golden years, the elements that bring true fulfillment to your life undergo a profound transformation. It's not the grandeur of a sprawling house, the allure of luxurious possessions, or a calendar brimming with social engagements that define a life well lived in your senior years. Instead, the heartfelt stories below illuminate the 4 most invaluable assets for a vibrant, meaningful existence in your later decades. Treasures that cannot be purchased with wealth but can be carefully cultivated through intention, discipline, and love. These assets, health, family, financial independence, and purpose, form the unshakable foundation of a rich and rewarding life after 65. 5. Health, your most precious wealth. At 70, Mrs. Ellen Taylor's journey serves as a powerful reminder of how seemingly small choices can lead to monumental consequences. In her younger years, Ellen, a retired librarian from a quiet suburb in Ohio, indulged in late-night snacks of sugary treats, dismissed routine doctor visits as unnecessary, and ignored the creeping fatigue that weighed her down, believing these habits were harmless quirks of a busy life. By her mid-60s, however, the cumulative effects of high blood pressure and significant weight gain began to erode her vitality, resulting in frequent hospitalizations that sapped her energy and dimmed her once vibrant spirit. Her 2 devoted sons, juggling demanding careers in finance and education while raising young families, struggled to balance their mother's care with their responsibilities, their worry etched in their faces during every hospital visit. One sleepless night in a sterile hospital room, Ellen overheard her eldest son, Michael, confiding in his wife about the emotional and logistical strain her declining health placed on the family. His weary voice was a wake-up call that pierced her heart. Determined to reclaim her health and ease her son's burdens, Ellen embarked on a transformative journey. She consulted a nutritionist to craft a balanced diet rich in fresh vegetables, lean proteins, and whole grains, began walking 30 minutes daily along the tree-lined paths of her local park, and committed to regular checkups with her physician. Over a year, she shed 20 pounds, stabilized her blood pressure, and rediscovered a zest for life that she thought was lost forever. Today, at 72, Ellen twirls with her grandchildren at family barbecues in her backyard, her laughter echoing through the warm summer air as she feels lighter in both body and soul, her energy a testament to her resilience. Shocking fact number 5. Good health after 65 is far more than a matter of physical comfort. It's the cornerstone of living life on your terms. A strong, healthy body liberates your loved ones from the emotional and practical burdens of caregiving, allowing you to savor precious moments like dancing with your grandchildren, gardening in your backyard, or exploring new hobbies like painting or yoga. No grand mansion or extravagant lifestyle can rival the profound joy and independence that robust health brings to your senior years. If you are still watching this video and finding these lessons useful, please comment number 2 below to let me know that you are still watching this video with me. Thank you for your valuable time. 6. Family, the heartbeat of happiness. At 75, Mr. Robert Davis's story stands as a heartrending and profound testament to the irreplaceable value of family, a truth that resonates like a deep, mournful chord through the tapestry of his life. In his prime, Robert, a charismatic and driven financial advisor from Chicago, seemed to embody the American dream. His thriving career managing portfolios for high-profile clients brought him prestige, a generous income, and a luxurious condo overlooking the shimmering waters of Lake Michigan, where the city's skyline sparkled at night. He shared his life with his devoted wife, Sarah, whose warm laughter filled their home, and their 2 bright, ambitious children, Emily and Jack, who excelled in school and filled their parents with pride. Family dinners were lively affairs, filled with spirited debates about politics, shared dreams for the future, and the clinking of glasses over homemade lasagna. Yet, in his early 50s, a reckless affair, a fleeting lapse in judgment born of late nights at the office and a hunger for fleeting excitement, shattered the life Robert had so carefully built. Sarah, devastated by his betrayal, left with Emily and Jack, then teenagers, their suitcases packed with clothes and heartbreak. The rift that opened between Robert and his family grew into an unbridgeable chasm over the years, deepened by his pride and their pain. Though Robert remarried, hoping to rebuild, His second marriage crumbled under the weight of his lingering regret and his inability to reconnect with his now-grown children, who had forged their own lives in distant cities, Emily as a graphic designer in Seattle, Jack as an engineer in Austin. Today, despite his substantial wealth, a sleek condo filled with modern art, and a career that once earned him accolades from Chicago's financial elite, Robert dines alone each evening at a polished mahogany table, the silence heavy with memories of the family he lost. The clink of his fork against fine china echoes in the empty dining room, a stark contrast to the lively chatter of years past. Each night, as he gazes out at the twinkling lights of Lake Michigan, he is haunted by the laughter of holiday gatherings, the warmth of Sarah's hand in his, and the pride of watching Emily and Jack grow. Robert's story is a gut-wrenching reminder that no amount of professional success, no stockpile of wealth, nor any corner office with a view can fill the void left by fractured family ties. The richness of life lies not in bank accounts or accolades but in the enduring bonds of love, trust, and togetherness. Nurturing those relationships, through open, honest communication, heartfelt apologies, the courage to seek forgiveness, and the consistent presence of showing up for birthdays, graduations, or quiet moments, requires time, effort, and vulnerability. Yet, it yields a warmth and purpose that no material achievement can ever match. Shocking fact number 6. Between the ages of 65 and 80, a loving, connected family is worth more than any fortune amassed over a lifetime. The joy of shared laughter at Thanksgiving dinners, the comfort of knowing you're cherished by those closest to you, and the strength of familial bonds provide an unparalleled sense of belonging, purpose, and emotional security. Invest in those relationships now, through regular phone calls, heartfelt visits, or the brave work of mending old wounds, before time and distance widen the gaps, making reconciliation a heavier and more daunting task. 7. Financial independence. Dignity in your golden years. Mrs. Linda Wilson, now 68, embodies the quiet, empowering strength of financial independence, a quality that has become the cornerstone of her dignity and the harmony of her family life. For 40 years, Linda dedicated herself to teaching high school English in a quaint Virginia town, where dogwood trees bloomed vibrantly each spring and colonial-style homes lined charming, brick-paved streets. Known for her passion for literature and her ability to inspire students with the works of Whitman and Austen, Linda lived modestly in a cozy, white-shuttered home adorned with bookshelves and a small garden bursting with lavender. With every paycheck, she diligently set aside a portion into a retirement fund, her frugal habits shaped by a childhood of modest means and a belief that planning for the future was an act of self-respect. She drove a reliable used sedan, cooked simple meals like chicken pot pie, and found joy in small pleasures, reading by lamplight, hosting book club discussions, or strolling through the town's nature preserve. Her discipline and foresight bore fruit when, at 67, Linda faced a significant health challenge. Cataracts that clouded her vision, dimming the world she loved and threatening her ability to drive to the local library, read her favorite novels, or enjoy the lively debates at her book club. The diagnosis was daunting, but thanks to her carefully amassed savings, Linda covered the cost of the surgery and follow-up care without hesitation. She never had to turn to her daughter, Rachel, a single mother and nurse who was already navigating her financial pressures while raising 2 young children in a nearby apartment. This financial security did more than preserve Linda's dignity, it deepened her bond with Rachel. Free from the burden of financial dependence, their relationship flourished through shared moments of joy. Long walks through the nature preserve, where they'd listen to birdsong and swap stories. Cozy dinners filled with laughter over Rachel's famous macaroni and cheese, and quiet evenings watching Rachel's kids play in the backyard. Linda's independence allowed her to be a source of emotional strength for her daughter, their connection unmarred by the shadow of financial strain. Linda's story underscores the profound, far-reaching impact of planning for the future, empowering seniors to face life's challenges with grace, confidence, and self-reliance. Financial independence is not just about money. It's about preserving the freedom to make choices, from medical care to daily comforts, without leaning on loved ones who may be stretched thin themselves. By securing her future, Linda ensured that her relationship with Rachel remained a source of love and companionship, not obligation. Shocking fact number 7. Financial stability after 65 is about far more than dollars and cents. It's about retaining sovereignty over your life's choices and safeguarding the emotional connections that matter most. By ensuring you can meet your medical, personal, and daily needs, you preserve your dignity, alleviate burdens on your family, and create space for relationships to thrive on love, support, and shared moments of joy, untainted by the stress of financial dependence. As we wrap up this heartfelt journey through the lives of Uncle Chu, Miss Kim, Mrs. Tran, Mrs. Nguyen, and Mr. Lee, We hope their stories have touched your heart and sparked new perspectives on life after 65. From respecting boundaries to cherishing health, family, and financial independence, these 7 shocking facts remind us that aging gracefully is about meaningful connections and personal peace. So, what have you learned today? What's one lesson you'll carry forward and put into practice in your own life? Please share it in the comments below. We'd love to hear your thoughts. If you like this video, please leave your comment below, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more stories that inspire and uplift. Here's to living your golden years with wisdom and joy.